obviously it's difficult. My dad is, he's the head of the family. He's my father, and he was, our best friend. We had so many good laughs with him, and he always provided, make sure we went on the holidays and enjoyed the best we could with life. And yeah, it was hard, and it was especially hard because my sister was so young, and my mum, hard on my mother, and you have to watch the women suffer, and as a young, you got to step up, you got to step up. You're the next up, you're the next eldest, and you got to step up. There's time for grieving, but then also you got to be there for the family. And we all pull together anyway. We have both sides of my family, my mother's and my father's. They're big on both sides, and but yeah, I'm not the only one who's. Lots of people in the world have lost parents, and it's very, very difficult. But yeah, it's I'm sure a few people understand how hard that is to go through as well.
And he was your biggest fan, wasn't he?
Yeah, my dad, he was great. He was, we had so many laughs. He gave us what I take from my father. He was his routine, his work ethic. I take a lot from him. He was very, very smart, and he thought about the long picture instead of the short picture, and I take a lot from him from that.
When you win this world title, a massive part of that will be for him, won't it?
Yes, it'll be a big part for all my family, and no doubt we sit at home and celebrate after we win the world title. I had this scrape with a couple of rugby guys on the street when I was just 20-ish, a young boy with a few men, and that staggered the boxing, and I just had an ex-girlfriend, and there was legals involved, and it just got out of hand and a bit stressful, and boxing is very, very delicate. You got to make sure that you do not do anything. You got to be very, very strict in the public eye, and sometimes it can be to your detriment. So if you're working at nationwide, would have the things I've been involved no, it wouldn't. It's because you're doing boxing, you're in the public eye, and there's a different outlook on you, and once you understand that, then you see. But yes, you just learn from that.
How difficult were those periods for you?
Difficult. It's difficult for me because it's difficult on the people that are closest to me. It hurts them very, very much. So that makes it hard for me. I don't really find anything to, I always look on the best side of life, and it doesn't. I take everything in my stride, but when I see other people, when I see my family and my closest hurting, then that's what's very difficult. When people are attacking them, or people are attacking them for nothing, that's what because of my name being out there, that's what's the worst. Well, I was actually on holiday. I gave notice to Frank Warren Promotions that I was going on holiday. So I haven't been on holiday for a while, so I went on holiday. They knew about it, and I haven't been, I'm an athlete and I train all year round, so it's nice to have a little break for once. And I got a call while I was on holiday from my mum saying there's an opportunity to fight for a title. Obviously I said no, because I'm on holiday. I've told them that, then my mum's gave me some thought on the, you know, to opportunity. So I ended up cutting my own holiday short, come back, not even nowhere near enough training for it, but you may do what you can, me and John. And we had 6 weeks or maybe even less to train for the fight for 12 rounds against an undefeated African. It was a very decent fighter, and I bust my hand earlier in the fight, which made it even more difficult. But you know, at least you learn how to survive through the fight, and yeah, but maybe not many people know that, and that put me out of boxing for a couple of years. After the fight, I tried to get see a couple of specialists, and they weren't very interested in fixing it. And then John found Mike Hayton up in Cheshire. It was all too good to be true, the way he sort of sat down, had a look, got us in, said come back next week for the operation. We come back, and then within 6 months we're doing chin-ups. So it was, you know, it was very too good to be true. And then that was the start of the journey back.
He's had it tough, Jamie has. Jamie's had it really hard. You know, he won that Commonwealth floor middleweight title. Broke his hand, you know, Steve, in the 3rd round. Dinged around, shouting from the rooftops. My hand was smashed. Just took it on the chin about people talking about the low blows and the controversy. And no one knew Jamie's hand was shattered in the 3rd round. I knew. Jamie told me after round 7. And he carried on with that fight. You know, every metacarpal at the back of his hand was shattered. He was told by 2 leading surgeons he'd never fight again. Started stacking shelves and gave up on his boxing career for pittance. And anyway, I took him down to see Mike Hayton in Manchester about 12 months later. And Mike said he'd get the job done. And Jamie couldn't believe it. And so he got his career back on track. And which was great. And then we know what happened with this allegation, this Russian bit of a thing put in about Jamie assaulting her, which we all know was garbage. He never touched her, and he was acquitted. But you know, we had all that. You know, Jamie being a woman beater and all that nonsense. So we had to get through that. Jamie loses world ranking, loses that WBO European title, loses world ranking. And we're back to square one. So it's been really tough. It was heartbreaking, you know. It was heartbreaking to you know. I went with Jamie to court and Croydon Magistrates Court. I hope I never see that place again. What a pig circus. The magistrates, you know, the absolute pig circus. Just ignorant. It was plain. You know, there was no evidence of anything, no evidence of an assault, no injuries. You know, we're talking about a man who fought for a world title, world-class athlete, or walks around over 13 stone. He's meant to have grabbed this woman around the neck, right, strangled her. She hasn't got a mark on her. She never phoned the police for an assault. She had a phone had been taken. It didn't come out later. The phone that was actually taken was Jamie's. These magistrates, between themselves, right, find it justifiable to convict him for an assault. So straight away we fought for appeal. We got a QC on it, and as soon as he's put before the Crown, and the evidence was put before the Crown, and they brought this Victoria grab a few quid back in, right, and put her back in front of put her before a judge. Right? Her whole attitude changed. She wasn't this tearful thing. She was this cocky, arrogant, nasty woman that she truly is. And she was pulled apart. And Jamie was, he was acquitted and released. It was horrible, Steve. To have to go and visit him in prison for something he didn't do. Disgusting. To have to look on the internet, Jamie being a woman beater. And just read post after post after post on boxing forums by Jane being a woman beater when I knew the truth. It was vile, mate. Vile, horrible time. But these times are here to test us, and we smiled in the face of it, and we battled through it, and here we are today.
You won the WBO Intercontinental title, and that was the indications were that your next fight could be, I think it was the WBA against possibly Chudnov or Buglione,
Yes.
I forget.
Yeah.
And then obviously you ended up going to prison,
Yeah.
and that kind of scuppered everything at that moment in time, didn't it?
Yeah, it was, obviously I was thinking, am I going to box from this? Is boxing over and stuff? And that was my main concern, and my family, of course, the stress that it brought on my family, and John and the team and friends, and it was it was a difficult period, and especially because boxing, I put so much into it. I didn't, I have my goal, and it's another stop. So yeah, we are where we are now.
And how tough was it going to prison? How did you get through it?
It's tough on the people. It's tough on my family. What it's bringing to them, what it's bringing to my friends, what it brings to my team. People throwing stuff at your mother's car. It's very difficult. They don't deserve to go through anything. And but that's how it always is. They always try and not go directly to a source. They try and people try and abuse people close to it, and but yeah, we survive. My family is tough, and that's that.
Yeah, and obviously, you were later acquitted. Did you feel any wrongdoing that you had to spend a month or so?
No, and that was the whole. It was a ridiculous sort of circumstance, really. Being in there, and just not the right evidence put forward, which was the appeal, and obviously the appeal showed all that, and I got released.
Yeah, and you would have had a lot of thinking time in prison, a lot, which was probably about boxing and that.
Yes.
Where is that world title shot?
Yes.
So what sort of thoughts were going through your mind while you were in there?
No, just thinking about my family, about how we're gonna capitalise on the boxing from there, and you can't get no. That's the bottom. But, you're in there. What can you do? You can't go nowhere. You're in four walls, and you have to think how you can come back from that, and gives you a lot of thinking time, and how to approach this step when you come out.